have a bunch of amazing board games in my board game collection, yet a lot of them, well, not a lot, actually exactly 10 are missing. Which ones do I want to play so badly that I've added to my top 10 wishlist board game list? Well, that's exactly what we're gonna talk about, because right here you can see 10 little secret windows which we're gonna open one by one, and I'm gonna explain you why these games are so freaking awesome that I can't wait to get them in my collection. So you, at the end of this video, will know 10 amazing board games. If you have them, you will feel good about yourself. If you don't have them, well, you know what to look out for. And last quick note, all of these 10 board games are already out, published. There's no like Kickstarters, no most anticipated games or anything. All of these you can find on the market. Some easier, some harder, but we're gonna talk about them. So let's jump into our first most wanted board game, all right? I should have made a design with like wanted posters next time. But now let's talk about the first most wanted board game on the list, which is gonna be Anachrony. This is all about time travel. It's a very complex and a heavy board game, as you can see here, 4 out of 5 stars in complexity, and it's super highly rated. And that's for a reason, because the coolest thing and why I want to do this. It is a resource management game. You will get a bunch of like resources and gather them and then use them to upgrade yourself, but it's all about time travel. You get these resources from the future, you borrow them from the future, and then you will need to give them back. Why? Well, that's because the whole story is actually that meteor will destroy the Earth or wherever you live. This doesn't look like Earth. You have been warned by people from the future that this meteor is coming, so you are preparing yourself, and you can prepare yourself by getting these resources from the future. That sounds really thrilling. In this game, you will play a faction that you will be able to upgrade and then use their workers to do a bunch of actions. And what's really cool about these workers is that to do certain actions, you will have to put them inside these awesome looking mechs and then send them to the player board, not the player board, but actually board game board, to do these said actions. And once you have landed on these worker places, you get resources, you get new workers, you get a bunch of things that will help you get more victory points at the end, because obviously you want to survive and be the best. But hey, we all know this is all about victory points. It looks gorgeous. The player board here looks awesome. Sending those mechs, all of that just sells me the game. I want to try it really, really bad. And that's why it's the first game I wanted to talk about in this top 10 wishlist video. And just let's lastly glance at these mechs. Pretty cool and pretty original. And talking about originality, let's talk about the next board game on the list, which is gonna be a freshie, a game I want so bad. Period. I just want it really, really bad. Eternal Decks. Eternal Decks, as I said, is a freshie and it's a cooperative board game. What sells it to me is that it's a simple card game with really crunchy choices. Here you can see all players will have cards in their hand. They will play them one by one to the board. But how you can play them? That's where the trickery begins. You can place them in one of these 3 lines, but be careful, because all of these 3 lines will have set rules at the beginning. Here you go. For example, in the top row, I can place cards in ascending order. For example, if here is played a 3, next time I have to play a 4, a 5, and so on. That's what ascending means. Why do you want to do anything in this game is for these crystals. Whenever you fill these lines or do other tasks, you get crystals. Once you get enough, you are good, you're golden, you're the best person ever to live on planet Earth, because you have won the game of Eternal Decks. But be careful, very careful, mister, because if you ever cannot play a card, you lose. The whole team loses, all players lose, because as I said, it is a cooperative game. So, not only do you have to play the right cards at the right time, you also have to figure out what other players will be able to play after you, so you don't mess things up. Why I'm so excited about this game is because Well, I love cooperative games. This is a very, very unique concept of simple cards. It looks brilliant right here. Plus also these lovely looking people. They said it's the best board game of 2025. And if they say it, I believe them. I haven't tried it. It looks awesome. With the hype or not the hype, I just really, really want to play this badly. So hopefully there should be a second run, print run in February, at the end of February or March. So it should become available soon. So be sure to subscribe because we definitely are gonna talk about this game. Because, again, I want it. Just as I want it, the next board game. Oh, that's very convenient. It's a Lord of the Rings board game. Woo! Oh, no lists are complete without a Lord of the Rings games, especially if I'm making the list. So here we go. This is the top-rated board game with the theme that I haven't yet played. I have played a bunch of them. I could make a top 10 list if you wish, but this one would not be there because I haven't yet played it, but I want to. The Lord of the Rings Confrontation is actually a pretty light game about tactical movement, and it's very thematic. Why it's super cool is because, well, you have all the Lord of the Rings characters there, plus also they're coming out with the ultimate version of Lord of the Rings Confrontation, which looks lovely, beautiful. I want it now. Thank you for your attention. So this is the overview how the game looks, and it plays quite simply. One of you guys will play the good side and the other one the bad side. Whoever gets to the other side of the board. For example, if Frodo, where is Frodo? Can we find Frodo? No, we cannot, because I'm in front of him. Great, but let's say here is Frodo. If he gets to the other side of the board, congratulations, the good side wins. If three of the bad guys get to this side, or there are other rules like destroying and killing Frodo and stuff, they win. So it's an asymmetric game with quite simple rules. All you do on your turn is pick one of these pieces and move them forward. And then if two opposing units meet, they fight it out. Fight it out. They all have these powers that trigger, and then maybe you can play a card to influence that fight, but whoever wins stays there and can continue their journey. But very importantly, if you die, you die. That's it. You move, fight it out, and have a good time, hopefully, because I really, really want to play this game. Why? Well, as I said, it's on Game Found recently there was this campaign of the Ultimate Edition, which makes this game look even better. I wanted to play it before, now I wanted to play it more. Before, more. Let's move on to more games. The next one on the list is gonna be this dark spot of a board game, which is Kingdom with Monsters. This is a biggie. This is gonna be the toughest board game on the list with a complexity rating of 4.27. And it's highly rated, but be a little careful. Even though it looks awesome and amazing and it is complex, it's a hobby within a hobby board game about boss battling these huge creatures and then upgrading yourself and hoping you won't die. Looks, sounds, feels amazing. You will be playing these characters right here with their stats, and you will upgrade them with the equipment that you get from fights and then your village phase and upgrading, and then you will go out and hunt some monsters. Once you hunt them and find them, depending on your choices, on your actions, you will be stronger or weaker, but it does not matter. You only have one goal: to slay the monster. Once he dies, good on ya, you get some stuff, get back home, gear up and hunt again. There's a little bit of story, there are choices, they're definitely upgrading, and one thing that people have mentioned to me and warned me about this is that it's very punishing. Again, if you die, your character dies. He's out of the game for the whole campaign. It's a biggie, and I want it because I'm a big fan of this game, Eon's Trespass, Odyssey, all right? And whenever I mention this game, people always say, hey, have you played Kingdom Death Monsters? It's a great alternative. And an answer, no, I haven't. I really want to. That's why it's on the list. And on that note, we're gonna move on to the 5th board game on the list, which is gonna be completely different genre, completely different game, which looks good, looks awesome, and is quite relaxing. The White Castle. This is also a freshie, a Euro game with medium weight. It's not the lightest one, but also, well, we just talked about Kingdom Death Monsters, so this is gonna be fine, trust me. So in this game you will have this beautiful looking player board, and you want to upgrade here and unlock your new characters. All of those things will boost you and help you get more victory points. You play a clan in Japan. It's really cool because you have this dice system where you will pick dice, then other players will pick dice, and that's kind of essentially it. Then you will be able to use these dice to do your actions. So, what I love in board games, and I have told this story a million times, so I'm very sorry to those who subscribe and watch our videos. I will repeat myself. I really enjoy games where there are simple rules and really tough choices, which is the definition of this board game. Here you can see, you can draft these dice, and then after drafting, place them in these areas, and then, for example, if you just drafted like a black die, you can do the black action right here and get benefits from that. The board each time will look completely differently. What you unlock and do will work up completely differently. You will have different dice. So generally, rules, pick a die, do an action, but in real life, the choices, the choices, it's juicy, it's great, I want it. I want it now. And also because I recently played this board game, which is this. We also did a review this week, I think. So I love that one because it has the similar concept of being simple rules-wise and having tough choices. So I'm kind of on a roll with these sorts of games. I want them, okay? Me wants, just as me wants the 6th game, which is gonna be a completely different one. Surprise! This is a quick party game, silly one at that. Duplik. The simplest on the list, but I really, really like it. This might be the one that's trickiest to get because it might be out of print. So just warning you, that's why I've been hunting it for a while. And this is the best or second best drawing game ever. One of you guys will be the leading player who will see a drawing like this with the snowman right there. And then in a limited time you will try to explain to all other players, what do you see? They in turn will try to draw whatever you are telling them to draw, and hopefully they will do a good job of it. Or actually, hopefully they're not gonna do that, and then it's funnier actually, and then the game is actually better, but who cares, right? It's great. And after the drawing phase, each player passes their drawing to the next player, who then will check how well you did. There will be this checklist that asks a bunch of questions, and sometimes these questions will be something that even the storyteller or the one seeing the drawing will not have imagined. For example, in this case, the ballet dancer's pupils are not visible. So if somebody draw a ballet dancer with their eyes open, that's a minus point. Well, it's not a minus point, it's just not a point. And you want points, right? It's silly, it's fun, a lot of people can do it and play it. And I have the best, and I mean the best memories with this game. So I just want to do it. Why this cover is there? Because Duplik might not be available wherever you live. It's not available where I live. It's super tough to get, especially in an English version. So I wanted to kind of compensate to you guys with saying that if you can find Duplik, definitely get Catch. Catch is one of the best, it's the best, I'm sorry, it's the best drawing party board game that's a good alternative to this. And talking about silly partying games, that has nothing to do with the next game. That's the segment. Thank you very much. So Regicide Legacy, Regicide Legacy is a cooperative board game. Did I tell you guys already that I love cooperative games? Well, I do love my cooperative games, all right? This is a simple card game where you will play out, well, those said cards to defeat bad guys, and it's a legacy game, which means based on your actions, based on your things, you progress in the game and upgrade your said cards. I feel like that's cool, that's nice, I love it. Here you go. As a player, on your turn you will get cards and you will have this bad guy right here. Whenever you play a card, for example this 4, you will be able to do 4 damage to the bad guy. And if he survives, then he will attack you back. For example, with 10 damage, and then you have to destroy cards with a sum of 10. That's it. You attack, and then if he survives, you get attacked back. So, as a team, you have to defeat a deck of these baddies right here in the middle. You have to decide who's gonna attack first, who's gonna destroy the bad guy, who can limit his powers, and so on. But what is very important, just give me a second. All right, good. So this is you, okay? Trust me, that looks like you, okay? So in this game, you can talk about your cards. All right, that's very important. You have to plan all of these things, how you defeat the baddie, who goes first, and so on, but you cannot communicate about the cards in your hand. And this game has these lovely boxes. Whenever you defeat a pile of baddies, you will unlock some things, upgrade your cards, get things, get more baddies, and so on. And each of those boxes is a scenario, and in those scenarios there are different rules that change this very simple premise of playing out cards and defeating bad guys. Moving on to the next game that I also want at least twice as bad. All right, that makes sense, right? So, and it's gonna be Galactic Cruise, which is a heavy Euro game all about going to space and providing the best service possible to those people who join you in your space travels. It's kind of true. I almost hit the mark with the theme, all right? You'll live with it. What I think is so cool about this board game is that you will be able to build your own ships that go into space. And these ships will be full of rooms like McDonald's or Nike store or some cinemas and things, all right? Because the journey is really long, you have to provide the best services possible. So it's basically like a cruise ship, just in space. So this is your player board. You're gonna play a company that tries to gather all the resources possible to build these ships and then manage everything starting from the rocket launches to marketing and then to making this thing happen. And all right, is what I think about it. I think it's a really cool concept. I think I'm gonna love it. I haven't played it, I want it. And all this comes down to simple worker placement. You will have your little men that you're gonna send to do a bunch of actions, like, I don't know, watering plants. I haven't played it, all right? Sounds fantastic. And once they do all those actions, you will be able to upgrade yourself, build these ships, and so on. Simple worker placement, tons of choices, and a great theme. I saw the prototype, I was like, too expensive. Now, I want it, all right? Mistakes were made not trying this game earlier. Just like mistakes were made not playing this game earlier, which is going to be Decrypto. Decrypto is an oldie, all right? It's also on the light side. It's similar to the drawing game we talked about before. This one, woo, is a party game, and we like party games, right? I do. Heavy games, party games, thing games, not thing games, all of them. Moving on to the Decrypto board game. This is a game about encrypting messages. There are two teams, always the white side and the dark side. And each of those teams will have their names hidden right here in Ukrainian. Well, in Ukrainian version. If you play English one, then probably that's not gonna be an issue. The idea of the game is that you try to encrypt these words to your teammates in a way that the other players will not guess them. Each time you write down some words that kind of symbolize these words, so your team members can figure out the order and the message you want to give to them, but be very, very careful because the opposition is trying to listen in and guess also the order. You get points if your team guesses correctly, The opposition gets points if they guess your words or their own. Doesn't matter. Everyone gets points if they're good, okay? Just what really matters is this scene right here. I feel like this is the perfect party game, as you could have some beverages, don't drink kids, and play this game. Have a good time, relax, but also there's enough game content that you can call it a game and not just like a silly activity or something. It sounds great. I love decrypting, I love teamwork. Similar to Codenames, I think. I haven't played this, but I really, really want to. The next game on the list, which is gonna be number 10, Orleans, the big box. Just as big as my wish to play this game. I have actually played the original game, or Orleans, which is super highly rated, also one of the top 100 rated games in the world. But this one has all the expansions and things inside right here. First of all, it looks amazing, and second of all, wait a second. This is a bag builder board game. Whew. During the game, you will throw some things inside of a bag, these things being tokens, and then during the game, afterwards, you will be pulling things out to figure out what actions are available to you. For example, if you get a farmer, then guess what? You will be able to do the farming action. Whenever you draw something out of the bag, you place it on your board, and wherever you place it, you will be able to do those actions. If you collect the correct workers for that said action. But you alone are responsible about your luck because you built that deck, you made your odds, and that I really enjoy. And you do all of those things for two reasons: to build buildings, to gather resources. Well, there are actually some other things, but that doesn't matter. This is the main thing, all right? You want buildings, you want food, you want things, all right? All that gives you victory points, and we want victory points. Why do I want it so bad, all right? Doesn't matter anything else. I want it. This is my wish list. I want it really, really badly because the big box also includes this expansion. And this expansion invasion made it a cooperative game, which in turn, some have said is the best version how you can play Orleans. But also, hey, it looks better. It looks great. I love the original, but felt like, all right, I'm not getting it because I don't know how many times will it be fun. This feels like infinite fun for infinite times. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. Exactly, just like I wanted to say thank you for watching this video. Let us know in the comments, what are your most wanted board games? Might not be 10, like tell to 1, 2, all of that is pretty cool because after that we probably will want to check out those games and try those games. Thank you for watching, thank you for supporting. The only way we can continue making these videos if you help us out with using our Patreon links or YouTube memberships. And the biggest thank you to everybody who already supports, because without lies, you are the only reason we can continue doing this. All right, thank you so much. You mean the world to us. We love you all. See you next time. Oh, and if you liked this video, Yanis had 40-minute long video about his wish list and how he's cleaning it up with awesome games, interesting games. There also were games involving balloons and Star Wars and blowing up those balloons. Crazy stuff.